Hello, welcome, welcome, welcome. Say I'm back in effect. Hello, hello, hello. Hello, how's everyone? So as the prompt says, the Bible is mind science. It's telling you how to use your mind to create your reality. You are the creator of your experience. All you have to do is command your reality. That's all you have to do. No tricks, no gimmicks. Just command your reality. Hey, 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 Siobhan. Can you hear me now? Hopefully. Can you hear me? Hello. Hello, everyone. Can you guys hear me? Okay, good. I don't know what was going on with with my iPad. I prefer my iPad because it's a larger screen, so I have to get on my phone. But my microphone works, so I don't know why it wasn't working with TikTok. So great. So now you can command your reality. And here's the thing, this is what's interesting about commanding your reality. Is that if you say that something is required, then it will be required for you. Right? Because this is the law of mind, and whatever you say goes. Whatever seeds you plant, whatever things you think is required to realize a thing, then that is going to be required for you. If you feel like you have to, do a certain ritual, have a certain mantra, do a certain technique, use certain tools, and those things that you're using, you should make it fun. It should be just for the experience. Well, no, before any of those things came into experience, consciousness is always there. Consciousness has always been present. Always been present. And people like to use it. Oh, the Bible is not a book on morality. Right? The Bible is a magic book. The Bible is just a book of understanding how the mind works. That's it. Is it required? No. No book is required. Knowledge of self is all that is required. You can use these sacred texts to help you remember who you are. That's all they are reference points. Are they needed? No. They're not needed. It's a lot of people that live their life and have experienced a great life in this reality and have never cracked open a sacred text, have never read a Bible scripture, have never read the Quran or the Torah or the Bhagavad Gita, Hey, hey, Pastor Jesse. Hey. Welcome. Hey, St. Monaco. Welcome. No, you've been getting oppressed. I know you think this walk is collective, but it's not. This is not a collective walk. Everyone's experience is not the same. And I'm not subscribing to the struggle mentality. We let go of that. We're not going to be held captive to situations of the past, experiences of the past. You have to get out of that mindset if you're ever going to realize your divinity. Hey, La Toxique. Welcome. Hey, hey, hey. I am Tracy. That's what a lot of these religious organizations, they want to keep you stuck and keep you with the struggle mentality. You gotta let go of the struggle mentality. You are the creator of your reality. Now command it. I know people don't like individualism, or people don't like that you focus on, how your life can be better. Do you know once your life is better, your world around you will be better? Once you get yourself together, then the overflowing of your cup seeps into other people's experiences, and it inspires them to be greater. It inspires them to recognize the power that's within them. See, we've been convinced that someone is going to put on a cape and come rescue us from ourselves. But only you can free yourself. I don't know, are they? Do you personally know someone? I'm not here to debate struggle. Hello, hello, welcome, welcome, welcome. So if you want to debate struggle, you can go to someone else's live. We don't do that over here. People have all kinds of experiences in this life. And the way you change those experiences for you, you have to change the way you think. Because asking me those questions does what? Are you going to those sundown towns that you're mentioning and trying to transform it? Are you going to assist them that are experiencing it? Or you just want to sit around and talk about how wrong it is? Because that does nothing for anyone to sit around and complain about it. But if you would use your mind to truly use it for the power for which it is, and empower the people to change their minds about how they see themselves, and stop looking to be seen worthy through someone else's eyes. Stop seeking validation outside of self. Complaining about the ills of the world does not change them. Defining the solution does. Interesting. Only you're the only one giving power to the white man in your reality. So you can have that. Utterly. You go fight that fight. You can have it. I'm not here to fight. I'm not here to fight. So whatever you need to do in your world, you go do it. I'm not here to convince you, dissuade you. Whatever you feel is necessary, you go do it. you go right ahead. Because whether you know it or not, you are the white man. You're every man. This what causes the difficulties in life. Believing in separateness. Believing that someone has power over someone else. That someone has the authority over someone else. Focusing on the problems and ills of society. It doesn't help you transform it. Complaining about what another one is doing. What are you going to do about it? What is your solution to it? Who are we? Why aren't you? You need to ask yourself that. Why aren't you prospering? Prospering is subjective. It's subjective. There are many people prospering. Hello, hello, hello. Welcome, welcome, welcome. So again, I'm going to, get off that topic. Again, the Bible's mind science. You only need to believe in you. You are on a journey of experience, of your own experience. You are God, which means you are spirit. You are an eternal being having a temporary experience, which means you're experiencing matter. The whole purpose, you came to experience matter to go back to source, the source of all things, from your beginning. And your beginning is divinity, is eternity. You came from eternity and stepped into time, this 3D reality. And when you step into time, that means what? You can command time. You can bend time. You can change time. That's the power you have. That's how you're the creator that's going to command your reality. And the way you command your reality, you just speak it. Speak those things that be not as though they were. You don't try to figure out how it's going to happen, when it's going to happen. That part is not your work, because the works are finished. Creation is over. You're just lifting the veil. And so you get to say what you want your life to be like. What do you want your life to be like? And you can use your life to go and play Superman, to be a superhero, to go around thinking you have to save the world. You can most certainly have that experience. You can definitely go do that. No one's going to stop you. If you feel like you have to go out here and tell people that how messed up they are, how wrong they are, how much of a sinner they are, or how much, you can go and condemn people and judge people for their choices and their way of life and how they need to think like you and act like you and be like you. You most certainly can do that. But that's not my role. That's not my road. My road is empowerment. Right, until they look within. Absolutely. And the thing is, everyone eventually comes to that state. While you're on your journey back to self, you will encounter all kinds of things. And it's up for you to choose what benefits you. And you will try different things. You will have different experiences. And then you come to a determination. You come to a fork in the road. The rubber meets the road, and you decide what best fits you. Because there is no one way. There is no one way. The thing is, we're supposed to be having fun with this. We're supposed to be full of joy, peace, love, compassion, right? Prospering in all that we do, seeing life as we desire for it to be, being the light in a dark place. Like when you enter a room, the room should be glad that you came because you brighten it up, right? That's the power you're supposed to recognize that you have. That you can imagine the day as you want it to be, and then go your way knowing that it must show up that way for you. Like, you can prepare the way. You can speak over your experiences before you even have them. You can command the day. You can say, today is going to be a good day. Today will be an awesome day. Today is the most wonderful day. It's the best day ever. This is your rebirth. Every day is a new day, because every day is a rebirth. Every day you get to experience a different same thing over and over again, but you get to choose. We're finally come to the realization, many of us, is that our thoughts really do create our reality, and we have the power to transform it. We no longer live in the 1950s, the 1970s, the 1500s, the 1800s. We no longer, we have moved past those mindsets. And it's time to step into the reality in which you want to experience, and let go of the past and talking about the past and living from the past, because it's just keeping you a prisoner of the past. Say 10K the easy way. You get to come up and have your say. Well, of course we are. We are God having a human experience. We are eternal beings having a finite experience. You know, the body is temporary. And no one is going to have the same amount of time, quote unquote. No two people are going to share the exact same experiences. Now, some experiences may parallel, some experiences may be similar, but they will not be exactly replicated. It won't be a duplication. Exactly. Be in the now. Be in the now. And it's like, what do you want? What do you want to experience? Right? Like, yes, I know out of habit we talk about old things, past experiences. We speak of, the difficulties we've had in life. But the beauty of awakening is that you realize you no longer have to consider the things of old. You no longer have to use past experiences to determine future events. You can truly decide right now what your future reality will be just by speaking it, and then maintaining that perspective. And this is where the habit, the consistent perseverance of habit of a new thought. And it's really not a new thought, it's really a changed thought, right? You used to think a certain way, and now you're going to choose to think a different way. And this is what the Bible or any sacred text is telling you. All of these sacred texts, they're metaphors, they're symbolism, they're allegories, they're parables telling you about the mind. Jesus Christ is a parable. It's not a person that existed in time and space, but you get to decide for yourself if you believe this person actually walked the earth. Because I say, if you're going to believe Jesus Christ actually walked the earth, then you have to believe Buddha did, Krishna did, all of these people that are really Zeus. You would also have to believe in Greek mythology as well. But we know that that's mythology. We know those people that didn't exist in space and time. But because we have a Bible that gives historical references to different places that we say exist now, we say, oh, those people actually had to exist. But it's really not about if they existed or did not exist. It's, do you understand the message that it was purveying? Because that's the end all be all. Do you understand the message and stop getting hung up on the messenger? Yes. Hey, 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 Supernova. Hey, hey, user 433. And I know religion keeps you, it gives religion, unfortunately, and I can only speak to really Christianity. I mean, I have a peripheral understanding of Islam and, you know, Judaism or any other religions because I have not studied those, or I was not a practice, I didn't practice those religions. But anything that's telling you that the power is on the outside of you is bondage. Any religion that's telling you that the power is outside of you, they tell you you're free while restricting you at the same time. Constantly reminding you of how hopeless and helpless you are unless you subscribe to their concept of who they say God is. And for the most part, most of them get you with shame, guilt, and send you into an emotional frenzy. Because most people have made choices in their life that they haven't rationalized in their minds, or haven't forgiven themselves for. And so religions, they come and swoop in and they pile even more shame and guilt upon you to make you feel less than, to remind you of how many mistakes you've made, and they keep bringing them up and keep pointing their finger at you, so you can always feel like you're lost and you're not good enough and you're not worthy and you're undeserving, and that you got the can't help it because they told you all of these things are wrong, and because all these things are wrong, God is displeased with you, and now you're pleasing this God. And since you're always going to fall short of pleasing this God, you need someone to step in on your behalf. This God, you need someone to step in on your behalf. And you don't need anyone to step in on your behalf. You just all you have to do is decide to do something different, and then let your word be your bond. But people lie to themselves, which means they're not being honest with themselves. They don't speak the truth to themselves. They know it's their thoughts carrying them away, but they don't want to own it, so it's easy to blame a devil. It's easy to say, well, someone else made me do this. Someone else made me feel this. That perpetuation of giving power to outside authority. Yep. That's it. The true definition. Yep. Really. Most definitely teaches incorrectly. And so we're about recognizing the truth of who we are. And it has nothing to do with how well someone speaks, how convincingly someone sounds. It's about testing the spirit by the spirit to see if it be any good. God and good are synonymous. Test the spirit by the spirit. So you got to test this truth. Test this law out for yourself to see if it transforms you. Because that's the easiest way to discover your own power. But people are afraid of that. Because now that's true accountability. Now you can't point the finger. Now when if things don't, shape up for you, now you can only look in the mirror and look at yourself. It's easy to blame others for your life. But this awakened state allows you to take full accountability, full responsibility. And it really allows you to be easy with yourself. Like, you come to the realization no one is judging you except you, and no one is judging you except you. And if you stop judging you, no one else would care. Hey, sunshine. No one else would care. It's only because you care, and you care too much. You care too much about what others think about you, what others are saying about you. When you finally get to that place that you don't care what anyone else is thinking, you can be free to live your life. And for some odd reason, religious people love to think because you say that you are self-empowered, because you are the operant power, they think all of a sudden that means you're going to go and start taking advantage of people and manipulating people and trying to get something from people. You love you and accept you, that makes you accountable and able to love others and accept others. Oh, I'm glad it's resonating. Like I said, Goddess D, just a reflection, right? And a lot of time, I know we complicate it so much. Those of you who have been following me for a while know that and I don't even really like to say follow, but you know, that's the terminology we use on these apps. But those of you who have been joining my lives, let me say it like that, who've been on this journey with me, know that I say keep it super simple. We kiss, kiss, kiss over here. We keep it super simple. We want to, you know, not complicate life. And it really was meant to be light and easy. It's not complicated. The life is simple. The simplicity of life is the zest, is the zeal of life. When you just realize that it's all you have to do is speak differently about yourself and about others. Your thoughts can be loving and kind. You know, you see someone that you feel that there's very close and dear to your heart, and in your mind, oh, they seem like to be going the wrong way, or making the difficult choices, or making quote unquote the difficult choices, or making quote unquote the wrong choices. You can just use your mind and say, you know what? I accept that they figured it out. That the same power in me is the same power in them. The same power that gave me clarity is the same power that would give them clarity. The same power that helped me to realize to love me is the same power that's going to help them to love them. And all is well. All is well. Oh, that's beautiful. That's beautiful. You said, is that the demon is you? That's beautiful. Love is universal. And I know people think that you're incapable of loving unless you have a God to help guide you to it. Like, but you are God. The presence is you. You are that essence. You are that being, right? And if people are, and once we come to that realization that we are what we have been in search of, the thing that we were seeking out, when we were looking for it in a book, when we were looking for it in an organization, when we were looking for it in religion, when we were looking for it in relationships, that what we were looking for was found, was really within us. And love is truly about acceptance. Can you truly accept you just the way you are and not need anything to be different to love you? Like, regardless of your weight, regardless of your height, regardless of your financial, you know, situation, regardless if you're married or single, regardless of whatever label you're attaching to yourself, can you accept yourself and love yourself just the way you are? Do you see that you're enough and perfect just the way you are, without needing anything to be different? Now, you can choose preferences, right? You can say, well, I would like to have, I would desire to be 30 pounds lighter, or to put on 30 pounds to gain muscle, right? Or I would prefer to be married, or to be dating, or you can have preferences, but not needing those preferences to make you happy. That you're happy if none of those things changed. That's true love. That's true acceptance. Yep, it was with us all along. Well, love has nothing to do with feelings. Exactly. I am enough. I am more than enough. I am all there is. Love has absolutely nothing to do with feelings, emotions. That's how people are manipulated, because they operate from emotions. People, that's how we get sucked into religion, right? Because religion is all about emotions. The desire to have people believe in you. That is emotional. And you have to come to a realization, it's not required that you believe in others. It's required that you believe in you. Trusting in you. Trusting your ability to accept people exactly where they are. And see, that's what people get you. That's how people manipulate others, because they are so concerned with you believing them. That validation, that's seeking to be found worthy, to be included, to be noticed. Real love requires no manipulation. It is it's unconditional. You can't say that love is unconditional and then attach conditions to it and slap conditions. Well, I'll love you, but well, then you just wiped out love, right? Because but just crossed out the previous statement. And this all starts with self, because it's really not about anyone else. And that's the tricky part about this. We really think it's about what's going on out there in the world, when it's really about what's going on in here, in you, in your mind. Because what's going on in your mind, you're going to see in your world. You see in your world. You only see your own consciousness. You only see your only beliefs. You will always get confirmation bias. Always. Is what you hold to be true about the world is what you will be reflected back to you. So if you don't like what you're seeing, you have to change what you're thinking. Yes. Okay, we got 10K. We got 10K. If you want to come up and have your say, you can put a request in. I'll bring you up. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Hello, War for Dome. Hello. Maybe not. Goddess D, are you there? I know sometimes people come up, they I know Goddess D may have not meant to come up either. But if you want to come up, we have reached the 10K. You can come up to have your say. Loving the person without the material possessions. Absolutely. And you can really only love others when you truly love yourself. That's why you can really only love others when you truly love yourself. That's why the Bible does say to love thy neighbor as you love yourself, right? So you can only love your neighbor as yourself by first loving yourself. And the thing is, people have to like really decide what love is for them, right? And I know a lot of people say love hurts, love is hard, love is compromising, love is sacrifice. Love is none of that. And I get it. I know why we say sacrifice, because a lot of us have that religious background, right? A lot of us have it, and we're like, oh, well, God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten son. So Jesus sacrificed his life for us. So of course love is sacrificial, because that's what Christ represented. That's what Christ did. He sacrificed himself for all of humanity. And you think that love is sacrifice, but love is not sacrifice. Love, you don't have to sacrifice, give up anything for love. Love is acceptance. That's what love is. Because if God truly loves us, God will not require that we need to be anything different than who we are. But if God is saying that we're insufficient, now God's love has become conditional. That's how I know that's not the love of God. That is fear-based mentality. Okay, no problem, Goddess D. You said love is blind. Oh, it's not blind. Hey, Shanzi. The Bible, you probably don't even know what Deuteronomy 13:6-10 even means, because the Bible is mind science. The Bible is all about your mind. It has nothing to do with a physical person. It has nothing to do with gender. Absolutely nothing. It's talking about the conscious and the subconscious, the masculine and the feminine, the higher and lower awareness or consciousness. When you take the Bible literally, you misinterpret it, and you think you can use up authority over another. You think you can control and manipulate another. But the Bible is a book of love. Love controls no one but themselves. Mastering your own mind. Government, mind control. You're to control your own mind. The government will be upon his shoulders. The mind control above your head, in your mind. And I know people are really, unfortunately, a lot of people, because they can't control themselves, they want to control others. And so you just got to really get out of that mindset of thinking that you can, tell someone else what they should or shouldn't be doing. It's not about what someone should or shouldn't be doing. It's about, what do you want to do? What life do you want to live? Commanding your reality. What life do you want? What are you commanding in your reality? You should be commanding peace, love, joy, wisdom, health, wealth, success. Those principles, those are the truths that set you free when you operate from that mindset. People create their own hell. I can't lead anyone to anywhere if people have free will. That's the part I don't understand. If we have free will, how could another person lead anyone to somewhere they don't already want to go? If people they're already in hell, first of all. Most people are already living in hell in their own mind. The fact that you think someone has that much power. We give other people too much power over us. Exactly. Hell is mental, so is heaven. Life is just about a state of consciousness. That's all it is. It's just a state of consciousness, a state of awareness. Once you get the consciousness of the reality in which you want to experience, whatever needs to happen will happen. Whatever idea needs to be dropped in your spirit, downloaded, uploaded, however, whatever terminology you want to use, you will be led automatically. You will be compelled to do certain things based on your own awareness, your own consciousness, your things based on your own awareness, your own consciousness, your own ability to accept the freedom, the joys, the ease of life. But you do have to tear down the walls of Jericho that have been built up in your mind, those walls of struggle, hardship, difficulty, manipulation, unworthiness, undeservedness. Those walls have to come crumbling down so you can enter into Jerusalem, enter into that sweet savory smell of peace and joy and prosperity. Hey, Aaron. No, I don't have money schemes. I don't have to trick anyone. I don't have to manipulate anyone. This truth is free. As I freely give, I freely receive. Light and love. Of the air and the lilies of the field, how they toil not. And then we're reminded that are we not worth more than they? And then we have to think about how much we toil for our life, how much we work for the things of this life, when we're reminded in scripture that it's not required, right? How the grinding, the hustling, the trying to get, as opposed to discovering just how to be and letting the things just be added to you, right? To seek, because further on in that chapter, he says, just seek ye first the kingdom of your good. The kingdom of your good is the peace, is the love, is the joy, is the wisdom, is the health, is the wealth, is the success or prosperity that is only found from within. And once you seek that nature, because that's who you are, that's innate within us all, the things automatically just are blessed, or just come upon you with no effort at all, no toil, no struggle, no hardship. Yes, you can. Did you put in a request? You can put in a request and you can definitely come up. Hey, Aaron, did you mean to come up? I don't know if you meant to come up or not, Aaron. Hey, Aaron.
Hi. I'm chilling. I just wasn't liking the vibe today.
Cool. So what's happening? I saw your cool. So what's happening? I saw your TikTok.
I'm starting to talk a little bit more.
Huh?
I'm starting to talk a little bit more on my TikTok.
Oh, are you? Good. Good.
Yeah.
I see you've been enjoying the city.
I have. I mean, Chicago is beautiful.
It is.
It's a beautiful city and so much opportunity here. I know there's a lot of old stories that still live here, that are living on, a lot of old stories, a lot of things people are carrying. But Not in my reality.
I
You
know,
know,
right?
I mean, when I tell you I'm at the lake every day, almost every day, and just I see that clear water, I know it's going to be cold. It's going to get cold. But for now, I'm like, this feels like the Bahamas. I'm like, do people know that this is here? Because if this place should be packed to the brim. I
Yeah.
understand people are working, but I'm like, I was at 30, but I'm like, I was at 31st Street Beach
Hmm. Hmm.
on Saturday. I led a yoga session. And, one of the things that um, when I was in Thailand, I learned the yoga, I learned all types of things. And I could have stayed,
Hmm.
but I was like, what good is me learning all of this if I can't give it back? And especially with how it helped me on a physical plane, you know, because
Right.
in my space, I believe in like physical alignment, mental alignment, all these things that you're talking about. But for me, I didn't realize how important the physical was in my world,
Hmm.
and that's how I have just found another level of sovereignty. So long story short, I led a yoga session in 31st Street Beach. Mind you, these people found me to lead this. I'm starting to get paid.
Right.
And it's just my give back. It's to give is to receive. And like, I saw all these beautiful people on the beach setting up their barbecue and all that stuff. And I'm like, this is what I'm talking about.
Hmm.
This is beautiful. All this love out here, all this connection. This one lady, she was celebrating her 84th birthday,
Nice.
dancing to house music. And I was like, this is what I'm talking about. This is so beautiful to me. And I don't know what other people are seeing, but I know what I'm seeing, you know?
Hmm.
And I don't know what they say. I don't know where this is from. Eyes Unclouded or something. That must be from a movie. But to see with Eyes Unclouded, it is, I'm just like, it's so beautiful. That's all I can say. That's all I can say.
It's
I
like
know that I'm supposed
we
to
want the
be
world to
here.
see it through your eyes, right? Like,
And yes, yes. And that's why I'm sharing my perspective too, because I know what people say. You know what I mean? I know what's going on. I know the other things, but there's also this. And it's like, you can see this. It's here. It's all right here. Um, so yeah, I'm grateful to be here, and I was at Navy Pier yesterday.
oh, you've been to oh, okay.
Yep. So I
Checked it
went.
out first. You checked it out.
I checked it out. I checked it out. So I won't be a brand new when I run up on you. But it's just beautiful. I love it. I'm just grateful. I don't really have much to say other than that. I'm gonna go dance to house music again tonight.
Oh, yes, yes, yes. I love me some house. I don't like the deep house. I like house, but once it gets into that like electronica, I'm like,
I'm going to a soul house type of vibe.
okay, nice.
More like, it's not R&B, but it's like house with some soul in it. You know how it usually is, how it started.
Right, right, right. Okay, okay.
That kind of house. And so I'm excited to do that. But everything is good. I mean, it's been a great season of integration, and um, just more and more trust, because I only came here because my heart told me to. That was it.
Right, right. Man, and I know some people like that sounds so scary to just do stuff without too much thought to it, right? And to just trust the process, but if like I say, if you only got this life, you only got this moment, this now, you might as well make the best of it. And I know sometimes that can sound a little cliche, like, like What you mean seize the day? And why, what do you mean? Like I have children, I have bills, I have these things going on. I just can't just go where my heart tells me to. Like, but your heart is not going to lead you astray.
No, and like, and first of all, who wants to be thinking all that much?
Right.
I was thinking a lot. I used to be a big thinker.
Hmm.
Now the thinking that I do is I go within, and I think about my withinness, my inner world, but not I'm not the how thinking that is bound to give you headaches and stress because there's no way that you're going to be able to figure this out.
No.
There's you came here without you even having to think about coming here. So you think that's you don't need to think the rest. Trust and believe. There was something above me that said, I'm going to have this world experience. The thinking that I'm doing could no way imagine that
Hmm.
or put it together. So I understand, but what about this and what about that? I get it. I have those things all the time, but I can tell you right now, I'm still taken care of.
Hmm. Hmm. That part. That part. Yep, and everybody's journey is different. Not two people are going to experience the same, but the thing is it's about trusting self. And that's what the whole purpose of this experience is learning to trust self and, like as we say, go within. And that's all it means. Going within is going into your mind and figuring out, okay, where am I being led? What am I yearning for? What is my desire? Where is my passion leading me to? And that's just it. And not everybody is going to their passion is going to lead them to Bali, right? No, your
No.
passion may just lead you to opening up a daycare center or something, or coming up with some type of great invention, or who knows what it will lead you to, right? Because no two people came here to experience the exact same life.
It could be, I didn't start out by going to Bali.
Right.
It was a buildup of trust. When I was in New York, I was so disconnected from myself that when I was like really starting to get into this and I was like, okay, like listening to myself, like, where is my heart taking me? The first couple of things was like, go to the park. And I just went to the park and relaxed. Now go to this place, go get a coffee and call this person. It's those small things that, um, and then that led me to leading to more trust.
Hmm.
But it didn't start with some people. It might be, but I wasn't connected to my heart. So it took baby steps for me to really build that bridge of who I truly am and not the logical.
Hmm.
Yeah, it ended up with me going to Bali.
Right, right. Yeah. And I think that's what we have to do. Like those intuitive nudgings, like the simple things, like you said, like, oh, go to the park and have that experience. Oh, go here and have that. And not thinking to like, why do you want to go to a park? Or what do I need a cup of coffee? Like just being led because this is how you trust the intuitiveness within you, right? And so then doing those small things help you to trust what some people will call the bigger thing, which was the move,
The
right?
move.
And to
Yep.
explore the East and
Yes.
what all that entailed and how that all unfolded, right? But you might have had more fear of going had you not trusted the smaller, quote unquote, smaller things.
And when I tell you, you're so right because 3 years ago, when I first got laid off from corporate America, was it 2022? So maybe, well, yeah, that was 3 years ago. Dang. Um, I had the same opportunity to like leave, and I wanted to. I was like, I want to go to Panama and all that stuff. But when I literally said, I'm not ready because I did not know who to listen. I didn't have that inner compass. It was there, but I wasn't listening. So the
Mhm.
only thing I knew to do was go back to work. I needed someone else to tell me what to do.
Mm.
And it took me 3 years after, or I guess 2.5, to build up that strength and trust within myself to go, this is what you're supposed to do. And it actually got to the point where my circumstances and conditions got so loud that it was like, all right, when will you finally turn to yourself and really start to listen with and go within? Because it's only the circumstances and conditions were getting so loud that I had no other choice but to.
Yeah, that's such a beautiful story, and I think it helps inspire others to realize that, I know we get caught up in time, like, okay, it was 2.5 years later, but it's sometimes like things that I've experienced, sometimes I have no concept of the time, right? Like when I make certain choices and it comes to fruition, I don't always like, oh, that was like 6 weeks ago, or I thought of this on this time and now I'm doing it here.
Right.
Sometimes I lose all self, awareness about the time element. I'm like, I really can't tell you, but it's like to trust yourself,
There is
you
no time
always
of
have to
trust.
take those small steps first, quote
Yeah.
unquote, as we say.
Yeah, because at this point, I'm with you. Like the time, I mean, everything I'm doing, time doesn't matter to me anymore. I don't care. I don't care. I know I could wake like this week or something. Was it last week? I woke up at like 1 o'clock in the morning and I was like, well, I guess I'm up.
Mhm.
I guess I'm up. And I had a conversation with my friend. She's in Thailand. She's in Bangkok, and we were on the phone, and like it filled me. It nourished me. But I wasn't policing myself on what time I was supposed to be up and asleep and back to bed and stuff like that. My heart, my higher source, all of it already knew what was supposed to go on. You just have to listen and allow.
Mhm. Mhm.
And it's like, yeah, it's so yeah, that time stuff. I feel like when the times when I'm like grasping on like when is when I have the most doubt and the most fear and the most like grasping of wanting a certain outcome. Hey Gigi. Um and that's when the win starts to starts to cloud my mind and it takes me away from my present because oh my God, like just talking about this is just like answering my own like moments. But like when I think you have it on here, or you sometimes you do, when you say like it's already done on the
Mhm.
page, there are other things that are happening from now till the next now that need to happen for you to experience whatever for whatever that next thing is.
Yep.
So that's like the trust that like I sometimes like even when I'm like I remember like sometimes I'll be like walking and let's say I remember this. I was in Thailand and I bought a book and I went to a coffee shop and I forgot my book. And I was like, dang, I forgot my book. And I was like, well, I guess that was supposed to happen to remind me to bring my book, you
Mhm.
know? And it's just like those small things where it's like, oh, like, why did this happen? It's like, why did this happen? It's like that was happening for you to get to the next you that you need to be.
Mhm.
It's all happening for you to get you to that next level. And so um it's so divine and it that's all I can say about it. That's all I can say. That's why I'm like when I'm here in Chicago, in my experience, I'm just like this is just incredible. because I know that I'm supposed to be here for a reason.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So, man, it's
And trying to convey to others what the true experience is like really trusting in yourself and knowing yourself. And I know people get bogged down with the situationships of life, right? And it's like, but I'm in the situationships of life, right? And it's like, but I'm in the situation. But my 3D, the circumstances of life have me bound, have me fearful, have me, afraid to let go, to trust. And it's like it really is nothing to it but to do it. Like you're going to have to take this 2 steps forward. You're going to have to figure out how to trust yourself, because that's the only way you're going to know thyself, know the power that's within you, and know. Like I was listening to Dr. Joseph Murphy a couple of days ago when he was talking about the will of God, and was saying that the will of God is support, is life. It's only looking to support you in all of your endeavors, whatever that may be, because there's no judgment there. So whatever you are commanding, whatever you are deciding, whether you call it good, bad, ugly, tragic, whatever it is, it's always in support of you. It's life. And that's all it is. It's giving life to every situation that you choose. So
yep.
that's why you're told to choose wisely, right? To pay attention to what you're giving your attention to.
Mm.
The life force is always yes. It's always supporting you in every situation. And he was giving the examples of, like if you cut yourself, it automatically goes about to heal you, right? Without question.
How about that? It's
Right?
immediate.
Immediate. And that's how God's will is. The God's will is always for your good. Always. So whether you call it universe, source, whatever name you are attaching to this presence, this I am, this power, it's always looking to guide you, to give you an abundant life, that you prosper in all things.
And what else would you want to do?
Yes, that is the power of your subconscious mind. Because like I said, we're over here, we're talking about true transformation. We've like are transcending that mindset of getting, right? And stepping into the beingness of life. And I know it's a thin line, because yes, we see, well, I need things, I need things, I need things, and it's all about, well, if you take, because some things you are supposed to take literally when I refer to scripture. So if you can literally take on the mindset, well, if the birds and the flowers don't have to toil, and I'm or the vegetative life, or the animal kingdom, they're all, they don't work for, no one has to tell them to go do this, go be like that, you must be over here in order to get that. If you're worth more than all of that, then why do we spend so much time trying to figure out how to get this and how to get that and how to be this and how to be that?
Yep.
Like, man, we're so much powerful than we give ourselves credit for, and it's just like you're only going to know this through testing it. And you really do have to get away from the mindset of seeking for answers on the outside, which is like running to this person and running to that person, right? Going to, what is this person saying? What is this person talking about? And how did this person do this? And it's not about how they did it, it's about how do you do it.
Mm.
It's not about knowing someone else's power, it's about knowing your own power, your own love, and knowing that that's sufficient for you.
By just being.
Just being.
Yep. Mm. Yeah, wow. It's
And it's so freeing. And like one lady came on the live last night and she was saying, well, she was thanking me. She was saying that, the things I was saying was helping her, and she recognizes that her thoughts really are creating her reality. So when things started not to go right, her friend pointed out to her, it's because you're not loving yourself enough. You're not speaking well of yourself. You treat yourself bad. And she recognized that as long as she had the quote unquote positive mindset, as long as she was speaking life over herself, things, everything she needed was supplied. But the moment she reverted back to that negative talk, that beating herself up and talking down on herself, things start to unravel.
Yep.
And it was like, well, that's the whole point, right? Is to recognize that it's what you think about you, that's what you'll experience.
I had a thought that was circling back and forth that I caught it, what was it, just yesterday. Because right now I'm in receive mode. I'm in full receive mode. And when you surrender to trust and surrender to your beingness, that's what's going to happen. You are going to receive. It's not a lot of action that's going to be taking place because you don't need to anymore, But one of the thoughts that I was catching about myself was that because old me is definitely a doer, a make it happen, very much gripping it and going, beating it to a pulp. And my thought was that I wasn't doing enough.
Mm.
And I could hear myself. There's times where like you'll hear, at least in my like experience, like I'll hear my thoughts and I'll know, I'll know it, but I won't call it out until it's time. Until I got still enough to really be like, oh, you are creating this, you're not doing enough reality. So that's what you're going to get. That you're going to keep feeling like you're not doing enough to receive what you are creating. And when we're so used to doing, and looking to achieve and get all this stuff, that's that I had to release that one and be like, oh no, I don't even, my pure existence is enough for what I'm creating in this world. And it's true. How did I get to Chicago and I didn't even lift a finger and people were reaching out to me, oh, can you lead this yoga session? Can you come here and do this? Can you da 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 da? I ain't even been here for 5 days.
Mm.
And all I did was just share, I'm here.
Mm. Yeah, because someone was asking me to expound on the scripture that says faith without works is dead. Because people's like, well, if I want a thing, I have to go do something about it, right? And so of course, they gave the example of going to school and obtaining a degree.
Yes, you being you is the work. That's the only work that it is being who you are. And naturally, if that means go to school, you'll go to school, but that's because it's a part of you.
Right. I said,
It's
right. It's like the work wasn't like you already are the doctor if you want
correct.
a doctorate, right? If that's your desire, right? So the doing is the effect, is not the cause.
No.
You're going to automatically be compelled to further your education.
And it will be lined up. It will be so easy. You won't have to struggle to get into school. It'll be like, I'm in school, it's paid for,
Yep.
and like I got work. I submit the work, but it's not like this struggle bus,
Right. No push pull. You're not forcing it. Because my thing is, if you're having all these difficulties and you're having all these blockages, and like, you say people are having these hurdles, well, I want to go to school, but how am I going to pay for it? And, if things aren't working out, I need X amount of dollars and nothing is aligning. And because you're out of alignment, you're trying to make it so as opposed to knowing it already is so.
Yeah, and it's in you. It's
Yeah.
it's it's already there, and like Chicago, like I just use this because it's just so recent. Hey, Gigi. Is that the Chicago experience was already lined up for me. I could not, all these things that are happening, I couldn't have, there was no doing. I did not say, hey, you reach out to me and you do this and all that. There was none of that. I just was, I'm going to be me, point blank, period. And people will receive that frequency and know what to do with it. And that's all I got to do. That's the trust.
Yep.
And then that it's enough. And you don't need to force anything else outside of that. Why would you want to?
Because people don't understand the work is mental. And the mental is just, it's not even about trying to, when we say mental, it doesn't mean that you're going to sit there and worry all the day long of how it's going to happen. No, the mental is embodying the state and having the reality that the thing you asked for already exists. It's already there for you. And you will be led to it, or it will be attracted to you.
Yes. No forcing.
No forcing. That part. The effortless way is the only way. Hey, 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 Gigi.
Hey, how you guys doing? Can you hear
Hey,
me?
PG, love and
Great.
light. Love and light.
Okay.
Cool, cool. Yeah, there's something that got my attention, Aaron, that you said when you got to Chicago, you said, I'm here. And it's that's how these opportunities with your yoga, which I've been seeing, and I congratulate you that you're achieving, the things that you love to do. Um, but the fact that you didn't like go to Chicago and was like, okay, how is this going to happen? Well, nobody here knows me or anything like that. Instead, you were like, no, I'm here. And you were open to it. And it's funny because I'm doing the same thing with our music. And I went to go see a hairdresser about getting a keratin treatment. And she goes, I watch your Facebook Live and I've seen you on TikTok, and you and your husband have really, really good music. I like to have you guys play here. And I love for you to play your own music. And I was like, I mean, I couldn't even speak.
Wow, that's
And
nice.
then, and my mind, I'm going, oh my God. Didn't I just like a few minutes ago, like before I got here said, we're going to book places where they want to hear us. They want to hear our music. And because I wasn't thinking about how, or thinking about, well, how's this going to happen? Or where is it? Or anything like that. I just put the order in. I said, we're going to book venues and stuff where they want to hear our music. I know that's happening. Thank you. Do it however you want to do it, God. and then that's it. I let it go. And, went about my day. And then it just manifested that quickly. And like now another person wants us to play their resort. And so it's like,
Congratulations.
thank you. So like these shows are coming. And the thing is that the moment you don't think about, like I love what you said, and I'm going to bite that one, Aaron. I'm here.
Yes.
I'm here, Chicago. I'm here, Los Angeles. I'm here, world.
Yes.
And
Well, and
I like that. I love that.
you didn't question why you wanted that keratin treatment, did you?
Well, it's funny because I just pretty much spoke to my hair and said, look, if you don't want the keratin treatment, then you're going to have to stop frizzing, okay? You're going to have to stay laid flat, and you're going to have to stay the way I want you to stay. The same thing I did the same thing with my boobs. My dad was going to pay for my breast implants, and I told my boobs, here's the deal. If you don't want to go under the knife, you grow. And it did. When I went to Victoria's Secrets, I went from a size 30 to a 34C.
Okay.
So I'm like, well, and now I'm a 38. So, I'm like, well, I did the same thing with my boobs. I can do it with my hair. And now my hair is like, no, we don't need a keratin treatment. It's actually behaving.
But that led you to
But
the
that led me
shows.
to the shows. Yeah. And I had no idea because I was there to discuss keratin treatment. And then like the keratin treatment conversation lasted maybe not even 5 minutes. And then the music one just lasted longer.
Yep. And T, that's what I'm talking about when, like, I know you know, but I'm saying, like, for everybody, like, when the following your heart, it's not going to make sense. You got to let that go.
Mm.
You can't explain why did I want to get a keratin treatment and now I'm booked for a show.
Right. Exactly.
It's not going to make sense, but you have to trust that, like, what your heart is desiring is the truth. It's leading you
Yep.
always. Like, it's just, that's the best part. It's like, I can be me. I don't have to, my truth is what this is. This is my truth, all of
Yeah.
this. So I love that.
Yeah. And,
I've made a lot of friends like that, just random people who showed up because of some one random thing. And then all of a sudden, because I did this one thing, now this happened. And it's so beautiful. So it's like your truth will be the best experience in your life if you allow it to be.
Absolutely. And that's how it goes. That's how it goes. It really is that simple if we just allow
are
it.
you there? Okay, there.
Yeah, it's just that simple if we allow it to be. We put too much pressure on ourselves. And I know it's because of the conditioning, and you have so many people in your ear, right? Because when you start your awakening journey, going back to self, you still have that residue of the religious mindset of trying to seek in others what you have to seek within you, right? So you find this YouTuber, and you
Right.
find this TikToker, and you listen to this person, you listen to that person. And a lot of times, not to say that they don't have some good points, but we almost try to make their way be our way. But that's their way, right? It's their path. And now we have to learn how to discover our own path. And that can be a little scary for people. And unfortunately, a lot of the times it's about getting. So how do I get this? How do I get that? How do I get my Instagram
Right.
come back? How do I get more money? How do I have a better relationship? How to get as opposed to how to be. Because once you practice being, all of those things will be added. And you won't have to seek or search after it or chase the things. They will just show up naturally. Like you guys said, just doing something that came to your mind, that just dropped in your spirit, following your heart, just like, okay. And then that leading led to those opportunities, those experiences.
Right. And
And
it's beautiful how it happens. It's a beautiful thing when you put the order out, like they say, or you command it, and you just trust it. Like, when you put an Amazon order, you put the order in and you know that your package is coming. And then you get like this beautiful, I call it beautiful expectancy, because it comes like in these cool ways that you never in your wildest dreams would think it would come to you. So I mean, it's a beautiful process. It's beautiful when you go with it,
Even deeper is, all of that is true, but the understanding of, like, the just getting to you is the best part.
Yeah.
So I am all about, yes, like, I see this, I want it, boom, done.
Mm-hmm.
But do you know who is even saying that and why and how? It's you. That's the best prize. Like, and one thing that I'm experiencing, y'all, I don't know if y'all experience this, But the more I go within, the less the external even pleases me. Like I'm, it's a different pleasure because I built such a home within. And now some of the things that used to be like, oh my God, yes, or like, oh my God, like just would make me melt. I'm like, okay, that's cool. You know, like whatever. Because my home is within. And it's kind of weird because I'm like, dang, like I used to really covet and want all these things. But now they don't have the same value anymore because I just, the best place to be is with me. Like, trust me, like wanting to grasp things is the worst. It is the worst state of being. It's like, oh no, like bring it back in.
Yeah, open up the chase.
Yes. Oh my God. So, and that's why like the Amazon analogy is great because it's always coming to you. You're not chasing the Amazon order,
Right.
you know?
Yeah.
Oh my God. I have this really crazy story about ordering something, y'all. We need to talk about how
What?
like crazy this is. So I had ordered an iPad, right? This is when I lived in New York last year. And talk about trust, okay? I had just moved into my apartment and I put it in, ordered it, cool. I ordered it through the military online Amazon. It's a military one because my mom's retired Air Force because I got a discount.
Oh, no way. You got to hook me up with that because my
Yeah.
husband's retired military.
Listen,
Okay.
it was a good deal, but this is what happened. I didn't realize it until halfway through that I put in the wrong address.
Oh.
I put in the wrong address and I realized out of all the addresses that it was being sent to, it got sent to the police office in Harlem.
Oh, wow. Okay.
But here's the thing.
Oh, okay.
But here's the thing. I went to the police when it said it got delivered. I went to the police. What do they call it? The precinct. And
precinct,
they said they don't have it, right? And do you know that in my heart, they said they don't have it, right? And do you know that in my heart, in my spirit, like there was a part of me that was like, oh my God, just order another iPad. Like it's over. You're not going to get one. Leave it alone. So I did that. I didn't trust that the iPad, I was going to get my iPad. And I bought another one off of Amazon and it came to my actual address, right? Tell me why when I got that new iPad, I got a text from the police saying, sir, we have your iPad.
Wow.
So I ended up giving the other iPad to my mom as a gift. But here's the thing, like that iPad that I first got it was even when I put in the wrong address, it was coming my way. Isn't that crazy?
Right. Yep. Yeah. It still found its way to you.
It still found its way to me. And I could have just not ordered the other one. I wasn't fully in trust mode, so I still bought one, right? But it was fine because I got to bless my mom with one and she loves it. So it was supposed to happen. But that I remember that was like, because that feeling of like, oh my God, I can't trust this. It's not going to work out. It's not going to work out. I bought that. Like I bought into it. Even then, the iPad was still mine. So I just share that to say, like, you know, for those who are like, I don't know, when is it? How is it? Da 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 da. Like, it is gonna come to you. Think about it. I'm in New York City in Manhattan. I could have put in any other address, and you know that I was not gonna see that iPad. But how is it that I put in the random address that turned out to be a police precinct? You know what I'm saying? You can't make this stuff up. So what's yours is yours, and like, you can sit back and like trust and let it come to you. Don't chase and force and try to get and all that stuff. It's not gonna feel good.
Right. And so that brings to the point where people try to say like why your manifestation didn't happen or that you can sabotage it. And this shows no, you can't. I can put in the wrong address and it's still gonna come to me.
Yep.
So I cannot sabotage anything. What's for me is for me, right? Even when you were doubting it, even though, okay, I put the wrong address in, I go to the precinct, they tell me it's not there. Okay, I'm just going to give up on it. It's not going to happen. I'm just going to order a new one. And it
still made its way to you. Yep.
Yep. Yeah.
blessing over nothing.
Wow.
Because it belonged to you regardless. So even, I mean, maybe at the time I didn't really know about manifesting like I do now.
Mm-hmm.
But I kind of, in a way, back when, like, in like the 90s or whatever, I was like a teenager and in my 20s, I would do that with guys. Like, I'd be like, oh, well, if he doesn't want to be in a relationship, that's fine. Okay, who cares? Whatever. Mm-hmm. And then I find another boyfriend. And then that one that I just kind of gave up would make his way back to me. And I'd be like, why are you here? I don't even want you anymore. But it make his way back. And it's because the moment you put, I mean, that's why I always say feelings, how, whatever it is that you're going through, you know, everything that you desire is meant to be with you. You're meant to have it. Unless you say, I don't want it anymore, and you don't bring it in my life. I don't want it anymore. Then it'll go away. But it does what you say. It's like, the universe or, God is always saying, God is always saying, yes. Yes. It's, okay. Yes, you want, yes, that's yours. Yes. Okay. Yes, you want it. Yes. No, you can't have it. Yes. It's always saying yes. So.
Yes. Always saying.
It never says no.
It is releasing.
Right.
Once you release, what you release must come back, right? It's a boomerang effect, right? Yep. It's the dropping of the seed and allowing it to take
to grow,
right? Mm-hmm. And a lot of times that's the only thing that may seem that is not working. It appears it's not working because you are creating the reality of it not working,
right? Because or if you say it's not happening and it won't happen, yep.
Right, like Aaron was saying, the grasping at straw, grasping, as opposed to relaxing. Because have you probably been still trying to grasp at the iPad instead of just letting it go, letting it be like, okay, it is what it is. I'm just gonna go on and do this thing. It may have been a different outcome,
right?
Because sometimes we don't realize how much of a creator we are. And the thing that was coming can decide not to come because you decided for it not to. But once you let go of the outcome or the how, right? Once you get control of how it shall show up, then that's when it comes in a way that you could never had imagined.
Or also maybe secretly, Aaron's mom maybe wanted one.
Yeah.
And kind of put it out there. And the universe is like, okay, we're going to make this work. We're going to kill two birds with one stone.
I actually love that so much.
Maybe she wanted one and never told you, but maybe in her heart, and she was thinking, God, I would really love an iPad. And
I knew she did because, hers was cracked and all that stuff.
There it is.
It was cracked and I was like, you need this more than I do.
Yeah, or maybe you were thinking that, and somehow that's how it worked out.
Yes.
Yeah, but Goddess D, you're already there. Like I said, everyone has their own path. Everybody has their own journey, and it's just getting to the point, like Aaron was saying earlier, trusting your heart more. When something drops in your spirit and says, go here, instead of questioning, well, why should I do that? Or I have this to do, or I got to do this first. Just do those little leadings, those little things that saying, go to the store now, or I want the taste for this, and I really want to, instead of questioning why you should be doing it, or I could wait, or maybe tomorrow, do it in that moment,
Right.
because that'll help you trust yourself more. Hello, hello, Mark. We're great. We're great.
Hi, Mark. How you doing?
That's what it comes down to. Just, loving you and trusting the intuition within you, because then you'll see that you'll never be led astray. And you truly will enjoy it more because you were meant to be experiencing it in that moment.
I mean, just have fun with it. I would do fun things with it. Like, I was thinking about a classic cartoon about the big dog, and then there's this little dog saying, "Hey, Butch, come on, let's go beat up a cat. Let's go beat up a cat. Let's go beat up a cat." And he's like, "Nah," and he smacks him across the face. And I was thinking about that cartoon, and I went on YouTube just to look something up on YouTube, and it popped up on my page. And I'll be thinking about a movie that I haven't seen in eons. A movie, this is a real old movie. It came out in the late 70s. It's called Times Square. I was telling my husband about it, and it popped up on Tubi. So it's like when I'll ask myself, how come that happens fast? And then I'll answer myself, well, I'm not sitting there pondering, how come I can't find the movie Times Square? I've been looking for it. I've been affirming it. I can't find it. This isn't working. I have Tubi. Tubi has all these classic movies. Why hasn't Tubi popped up that movie? So then the universe is hearing this. You can't find it. You're looking for it. You can't find it. It's not on Tubi. And it's exactly saying, yes, you can't find it. Yes. You can't find it. Yes. You're doing all this to look for it, and you're not going to find it. But because I just said, man, I would love to see that movie. I told my husband, it'll probably be on Tubi, because Tubi plays like a lot of old movies. And when it does, I was like, honey, we'll watch that movie. You'll like it. It's really cool. It's about music and the punk scene and all this. And not even about a couple of days later, it popped up. Yep. So when you don't worry, you just say, put the order in, like I say, or the command, and you trust, even if it's like a little bit of a trust, like it's the faith of a mustard seed, even if it's that, a little bit of a trust. And if that doubt wants to come in there, you say, oh, no, I got this. Thank you. I got this. Thank you. I got this. And go about your day. It shows up a lot faster, because you're not sitting there pondering, where is it? Why isn't it working? It's not working. Yep, you're affirming, and it's not working, because it agrees with you. Yeah. You cannot do anything or say anything to God where God says, oh, forget it. I ain't dealing with your crazy ass. No, it says, yes, okay, yes, amen, yes, it's done, yes, so it is. It never says no. So, like, when I've heard people in church say, well, God sometimes says no. I'm like, when? Where in the Bible does it say that God ever said no? God never says no. We say no. We say no to something. He says yes, no, okay, you don't want, okay, no, okay. If you affirm something you don't like, and you keep saying that you keep getting that thing you don't like, it's going to keep giving you that. Because it never says no. And it has no logic. So, have fun with it.
That's the part, no logic.
Yeah.
The reasoning mind wants to anticipate events,
Mm-hmm.
and you have to let go of the thinking. That's when the Bible says, take no thought, right?
Right.
Like Aaron was saying earlier, I didn't allow my thoughts to go into that how and when mentality, right? So it's just like I decided that I wanted to travel more. I can't remember even when I said it, but in the last 2 or 3 years, I've probably traveled 4, 5, 6 times a year, where I used to travel maybe once or twice a year. Mm-hmm. And I went to places that were like quote unquote on my bucket list, right? So like we were supposed to go on a cruise into Jamaica the year of the pandemonium in
Mm-hmm.
20, and so we had
Yeah.
to cancel them. Well, we actually went this year, 2025. So am I going to say, well, it took 5 years? I can't believe it took 5 years. It doesn't matter when you do what you say you want. It matter when you do what you say you wanted to do.
Mm-hmm.
Time is of no essence. And just like we were supposed to go in 2020, a few months apart, we did the exact same thing in 2025. We went
Right.
a few months apart. We went on making and that you have to be like, oh yeah, I did say I want to experience this. I did say I want just yeah, I did say I want to experience this. I did say I want just put it out there and don't be concerned with how or when. I know you hear your favorite YouTubers and TikTokers, oh, it should happen in 72 hours. It should happen in a week's time. It shouldn't take 2 years. It shouldn't take 5 years. Who's determining when it should or shouldn't? That's where people get discouraged because they try to put a time frame on it.
Right.
But you have to understand that there is a building, a process of trust that is taking place with you doing those little small things, what we call little small things, right? Those, well, let me go here because I really feel led to do it. I'm not going to question why. Or let me do this. I feel led to it, and I'm not going to question why. I feel led to do this, right? Like not questioning the why, because the why is for the experience. That is the why. Simply just for the experience. And that should be enough.
And you don't know how long that person has been affirming for that. Maybe because they finally let go of, where is it and all this kind of stuff, and let go of the time and letting go of the how. They probably just decided to, to just embody the state by saying that they are or they have. And then it happened within that 2-day period. But you don't know, they could have been affirming for that for 2, 3, 4 years. You don't know how long they've been wanting that. We're not omniscient. We're not like a fly in the wall watching everything that this person is doing.
Right.
So I'm not saying that things cannot happen in a day or within minutes or whatever. But the more you practice this, the more you trust in this, the faster stuff will start coming. But but you just let it do its thing. Even with Amazon, sometimes Amazon can bring you things in 2 days, 3 days. Sometimes it could be a week because whatever you ordered could be in back order. Maybe it's coming from another country. Maybe they ran out of it, and they got to make more of it, so.
Right.
And we don't trip over Amazon.
It's to let go of the time.
Right.
The whole thing. Let go of the time concept because that
Right.
has no reality in and of itself.
Right.
We may say from a linear perspective, oh, I wanted to do this thing in 2020 and I did it in 2025, but I actually did it in the now. I actually
Right.
did it when I did it, and we only, to keep track of things, we insert time. But really that has is of no significance. It really
Exactly.
is. Right. And it's amazing. That people that don't believe in God don't believe in demons. So, anyone that believes in the outside source are the only ones who believes in a second outside source. The only demon you'll ever have is in your own mind.
Yep.
Demons do not exist except in the mind of man. And it's only negative thinking. It's negative thinking, is not accepting accountability and not believing that all things are possible. It's a limitation. And the whole point of awakening is to unlimit yourself, right? To explore all possibilities. Because life is full of possibilities, and it's exploration of those possibilities.
Exactly.
And really loving yourself.
Mm-hmm.
It truly is about loving yourself. Like, man, and then that's when you get out of the desiring state. And it's not, and when I say the desiring state, of course, every idea is a desire, right? Whether your idea is to go to a restaurant or go on a trip or to meet more people or to experience a different location, whatever, that is the desire. But then once you move out of that state of wanting it to being it, that's the true uh zen of life. When you can come out of that, oh, I gotta chase it, I gotta figure out how to get it, I gotta do these things to manifest it. When you just say, oh, I have this idea and I'm going to let it be, as Aaron said, I'm here, I'm
Mm-hmm.
in that place.
I'm here. I love that one. I saw a story about a little girl in, I think from Colombia, and she's an actress in like Colombian soap operas. And she lived in this small town, and she lived in this small town, and she saw this soap opera with this like handsome Colombian actor. And she started telling her mom, I am working on soap operas with that actor. And the mother's like, what do you mean? No, you're one day. She goes, no, I am working on soap operas with that actor. So she found a picture of the actor. She put it in her mirror in her little room. And she'd sit there and pretend that she was in a soap opera. Like if her mother called her and said, hey, honey, it's time for dinner, she'd be like, Mom, you're interrupting our scene. We're shooting the soap opera. And she'd sit there and she says, I'm an actress. I'm a famous soap opera actress, and I work with this actor. So her dad ended up getting some kind of promotion where he went from that small town to the big city in Colombia, where they shoot the soap operas. And the parents didn't know anybody in show business, had no show business connection whatsoever. But somehow, a TV agent found this little girl at a store and said, yeah, we're holding auditions for commercials for little kids to dance in. We pay them, blah, blah, blah. And the little girl, before she went to the audition, she told her mother, I booked it. I'm in the commercial. And the mother's like, well, you haven't auditioned yet. She goes, I'm in the commercial. I'm in the commercial, Mom. Watch, I'm in the commercial. And Lord and behold, she got in the commercial. And then there was an audition for somebody to play the little girl of guess what actor? The actor that she said she would always work with. So the interviewer said to her, said to the mother, how did this all happen? The mother said, your guess is as good as mine. You're going to have to ask her, because my husband and it's easy. She goes, you know what? Adults complicate things. All I did was say, I'm an actress and I work with that actor, and I believed it. I had faith in it, and I trusted God, and I trusted that that's who I am. And because I started saying that that's who I am, it happened. And I'm like, well, son of a bitch. This little girl, This little girl, and I have been trying to find that interview. No, let me rephrase that. I have found that interview. I'm finding it. It made its way to me. Yeah. Because that little girl just wrapped up manifestation in literally under 1 second. Yeah. All she said was that how does she embody it? By saying that she is an actress, by saying that she works with that actor, by saying that, by believing it.
Yeah, and things that be not as though they were, and
exactly,
as simple as that. And I know
as simple as that.
complicated, right? We think, oh, well, what technique and what, but it's just speak it. That is enough.
Right.
Because we have been taught, well, no, you got to work for it. You got to work for it. So we
Mm-hmm.
create techniques so we can make ourselves feel worthy, right? We don't think that just speaking it as enough. We don't think that's enough. That's all that you have to do.
And don't think that the people weren't telling this little girl that she was, cuckoo.
Right.
That's never going to happen. You live in this small town. Her parents were like, well, we don't know anybody in that part of Colombia. How are you going to be an actor? Blah, 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 blah. She said that she didn't that was just like, it would roll off her shoulders. She would say, I'm an actress and I work with this actor and I'm in Spanish soap operas. I play his daughter. When I get older, I'll play either his teenage daughter. When I get older, I'll play his wife. And I'm going to marry this man. Even that, she even went that far. And I mean, and I'm sure that little girl probably did marry that guy because her confidence, her moxie, her swagger, like they call it, her swagger was just like, this is me. And we have to be like the way kids are.
Like Tom Cruise's last wife, the girl that used to be on that show Dawson's Creek.
Oh, yeah, Katie Holmes.
Yeah, Katie, right? She said that she dreamed of marrying Tom Cruise.
Yep.
Right? And he was in her bedroom. She had posters of him and everything. And then it happened. I mean, she kind of wish she didn't, but
But hey, no judgment.
She had to figure out how to get away from him. But
well, yeah.
with Vanessa Williams, the lady, the one that won the first Miss America.
Yeah, the first Miss America.
Yep. Married Rick Fox. I think this is his name.
Yep, Rick Fox.
The Lakers.
Yeah.
Yummy. Her. He always wanted to marry her.
Yep.
And he spoke that thing, but that relationship. That's why people like Neville Goddard would caution people about saying someone specifically, right? Because you think you know the end, but only the I am knows the end before the beginning. Focus on the type of person you want to marry without being specific about who it is, right? Because because we go by appearances. Oh, they're handsome. Oh, they're this. Oh, they, Tom Cruise is this wonderful actor, right?
Yep.
All these blockbuster films, right? But she didn't know Tom Cruise. She knew of Tom Cruise, right? Mm-hmm. And believing that it can happen. That doesn't mean that was the person you were supposed to be with, or you're supposed to, you know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah. But hey, if you want to experience it,
yeah, I mean,
go for it.
But that's what it's all about, right? Moving to yourself. Hey, that's And sometimes focus on the person instead of the relationship.
Right.
Most of you want a loving relationship. You want a loving relationship more than you just want to be married to some famous person. But I get it.
But I mean, Jason Momoa did the same thing with Lisa Bonet.
Mm-hmm.
Jason Momoa did the same thing with Lisa Bonet.
Mm-hmm.
Jason Momoa did the same thing with Lisa Bonet. He saw her on A Different World and The Cosby Show, and he said that he was going to marry her.
But they never got married. Did they get married?
Yeah, they did. They're divorced now, but yeah, they did.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
Yeah.
And I believe a friend of mine manifested them divorcing because she kept saying, "Oh, Jason Momoa and Lisa Bonet are going to get a divorce.
Really?
They're going to divorce. They're going to and they did."
Wow.
Yeah.
I'll just speak divorce over marriage, Lord. But
and I'm like, well, why didn't you call him to be with you? Not let him be with Lisa Bonet, but if you wanted him to be with you, that's different. But just for him to get a divorce,
right?
Like, well, why don't you call him to be with you? And she's like, oh no, I'm actually more in love with Mike. I was like, well, put him back with Lisa Bonet. I mean, poor guy.
It's just the power of your words, right?
Mm-hmm.
The power of your words. You can,
Yep.
you can mess
Yep.
like we were talking about the lady that manifested the jackpot, a specific amount, right? How
Yeah.
she brought the Cynthia Stafford, and she
Mm-hmm.
brought that in. And she said it took her like 3 or 3.5, 4 years to manifest that reality, right?
Right.
We also realized that her manifesting it, she didn't convince you, know, embody the state so you know that you are worthy of it. Embody the state so you know that you are worthy of it. This is where we talk about normalizing your desire. Now, I've had manifestations and I didn't feel worthy of it. I'm like, I've never had a manifestation and didn't feel worthy of it.
Yeah.
I don't know what that means. I didn't feel, well, they didn't say I didn't feel worthy. They said it doesn't feel normal to me. I didn't feel normal with it. I'm like, I have never experienced that.
Me neither.
Manifesting something that wasn't normal or felt strange or like, because that's what normal to me means, that, or abnormal, something being abnormal to you, meaning it doesn't feel right. Like maybe you shouldn't have it. Like I haven't had that experience. But I know people do, right? They say like, I got the money and I felt uneasy about it. I had more money than my friends do or my family do, and I didn't feel comfortable with it, and it ended up not being my experience anymore because I wasn't one with it. I thought it was bigger than me. I thought it, I never normalized it basically.
Yeah. I think for me to like, if I'm manifesting or asking for something that maybe I don't like at the current moment, don't see in my everyday, when I give thanks for it, that kind of puts me in that, I got this, it's mine, it belongs to me. It kind of gets rid of that
I shouldn't have it mentality.
kind of that anxious feeling,
Yeah.
It's kind of like the first time you go on that roller coaster ride, and your whole body is like, oh my god, I'm going on this ride. Or like, do you guys remember that ride, the pirate ship? That's like, that goes back and forth, and it's beautiful. It looks like a pirate. I remember as a kid wanting to go on that ride, and I went with a friend of mine, and she passed away. May she rest in peace. And I remember feeling nervous to go on it, but so what? I'm like, and I was talking to myself, it's gonna be okay. It's gonna be fun. I'm gonna love this ride. I'm gonna love it. I'm gonna love it. I'm gonna love it. And yet I had all those anxious feelings, and I'm like, no, I'm just excited. I'm gonna go on that ride. I'm gonna go on that ride. Well, girl, let me tell you, we went on it. The first couple of swings wasn't too bad. Oh, but when it gets on that big swing, oh my God. It's like your brain meets your stomach and your stomach meets your brain. So at first it was kind of scary, but then it became fun. And I'm yelling and screaming. We're all yelling and screaming. We have our hands up in the air, blah, blah, blah. Needless to say, I rode that ride like 4 times. I got back in the line and rode that ride like 4 times. My mother's like, are you crazy? I'm like, Mom, you got to go on it. It's so much fun. Because now I experienced it. I know what it feels like. But then I decided, hey, that ride is fun. Now, had I experienced it and said, oh, forget it, I'm never going to go on that ride again, no way, then it's like, it's something that I wouldn't feel comfortable with. But because the moment I accepted it and said it was fun, and even though, don't get me wrong, the second and third and fourth times, my brain and my stomach said hi to each other. Like, oh, here we go again. What's up? But but so what? I was okay with that feeling. So when you are asking for something that you like, I don't know, maybe somebody told you weren't worthy of it, or maybe somebody told you can never have it, or something that little thought that's back there telling you that. For me, is what works for me. I tell myself, no, this is for you. And thank you. This is for me. This is for me. Thank you. And I'll give thanks for it. And I notice that when I give thanks for it, that unworthy feeling kind of goes away. Yes. But that's how it works for me.
That's beautiful, yeah. Because you have to figure out what works for you, right?
Exactly.
Yep. Some people are
That's
like,
the
well,
whole
let me
point.
write it down. That works for me. Or make a vision board. That works for me, right? Or if I do a mirror, I talk to myself in the mirror. Like talks about Michael Jackson, right? And
Mm-hmm.
said that that's what he did to become, this world changing entertainer, right?
Right.
Nobody can match his lifespan in the entertainment world. How he transcended music all over the world, and they said that he talked to himself in the mirror. She's like, oh
Yep.
my goodness, if I could be a fly on the wall to hear what he would say to himself in this mirror, because she said that she mentioned that when they were having the it was a war. I think it was what, Iran, or was it Iraq? One of those wars.
Yep.
And when he went over, when he was in Brazil, I think it was Brazil, he wanted to film They Don't Care About Us. And at first they told him he couldn't come because they said it's too many gangs, it's too much going on, they'll hurt you, whatever. And then they said 30 minutes later they called him and told him, no, you can come, no one's going to touch you, you're safe, you don't even need a bodyguard, you don't need any type, you're good. And he said he
Wow.
wanted to film it, and then they got a statue of him. And they said that when he passed, the day that he passed, they ceased fire in the whatever war that was at the time. Because when he
Mm-hmm.
2009 or something like that,
Yeah.
2009. So whatever war was happening, they said they ceased fire for a day in memory of his life. He was like, nah, to someone to have that type of effect on the world.
Yep. Hey, how's it going? Good. Doing good. Yeah.
And it's like they know that that, like they're always trying to tell us that everything is in the mind, right? It's all in your thoughts. It's all about your self concept. And every entertainer, every successful person has to talk to themselves to
Right.
the reality they want to experience. And that's all it comes down to. Is just deciding what type of life you want, and then giving it to yourself by telling yourself, like you said, thanking yourself for it. Like, yes, I'm supposed to have it. This is my life. This is who I'm supposed to be. Normalizing happiness, normalizing
Right.
strength, right? Normalizing possibilities, because we have normalized hardship and struggle for so long.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Difficulty in having to walk on fires of coal, go through rings of fire, run over hurdles, climb mountains, that we have not conditioned ourselves to believe in ease and flow.
Right.
And that's what it's really about. That's what it's really about.
That's what. Yeah. It's. I mean, if you say to yourself, "Oh yeah, what Michael Jackson did, I can do it. It's going to work for me. It worked for him. It'll work for me." If you believe it'll work for you, then it will. You know. Um, he that's how he saw himself, and that's what he did, because that's how he saw himself. You know, he had blind faith. He had a belief in himself, and you hear like a lot of musicians and actors, and it's the same thing. They just believed in themselves, and they just call themselves that. I am that I am.
Yep.
So
And
the
that's why
moment you put
all in
I am
college.
behind it, you become it.
Yep. That's what we're reminding ourselves of, that you only have to believe in you. It's not
Right.
that it's not required that you believe in anyone else other than in you.
Yeah.
And just work on that. Work on trusting yourself. And it's really not work, it's really about surrendering
Mm-hmm.
and doing whatever's necessary to know yourself, what's necessary for you. Like you said, for you, all you have to give thanks when doubt tries to seep in, or that other voice, that doubting voice tries to creep in. You're like, nope, this is for me. I'm thankful for it. I appreciate it. Thank you. And then others, you may just have to just say, you may say, use different terminology, right? You might not say thank you ever. You might just say, no, this is mine. No, I
Right.
command this thing to appear. No, I know this is all going to work out for me. I know this is the life I'm supposed to have. I know I should be experiencing, like, whatever you need to say.
Right.
To help yourself.
It's a they call it, some people call it rampaging, some people call it pep talking, you being your own cheerleader.
Yeah.
Just, I mean, even football players do this. They'll be like, I'm gonna get on that field and we're gonna take them down and we're gonna win and we got this and this is our Super Bowl and this is, they hype themselves up. You should do the same thing. You hype yourself up. You don't have to do it like that. I mean, you do do it however you want to do it. And it's just doing it on a continuous basis, repeating it over and over, because you're just practicing your new life. That's all you're doing. Yep. You're just practicing your new life, replaying it over and over. And let those feelings be there. At first, it might not feel right. So what? Keep doing it. The next day, it might feel weird again. So what? Keep doing it. And the more you do it, the more natural it becomes. It's like working out. First time you lift this for me. First time I lifted a 5-pound weight, I thought I was lifting a building. So what? Did it the next day.
First I got
did it the next day.
Machine, right? Yes. Yep. I could do barely a minute. I'm like, what?
Exactly. Yeah. And your body will be saying, "Oh, hell no!" But you do it anyway.
Yeah. I did it anyway. Now it doesn't matter how long I go without getting on the elliptical machine. I could easily do 15-20 minutes.
Right.
I've done longer, of course, but like I said, that first time ever doing it, man, I could barely last a minute. I was like, my muscles was like, let the body tell me what was possible. And that's what let the body tell me what was possible. And that's what you have to realize. You don't let the body rule, you let the mind rule.
Yep. And I mean, like, I'll tell my body, come on, you can do this. Come on, let's go. Let's go. Come on. And I mean, like, I'll tell my body, come on, you can do this. Come on, let's go. Let's go. Come on. Oh, good. We got the 5 weights. Okay, and then next we're going to go to 8 weights, 8 pounds. And you just you keep.
Yep.
It's the same thing with your thoughts. The same thing with your mind. First there's that little
emotions dictate.
Emotions
dictate because the emotions will try to tell you, like you said, anxiety, fear, nervousness, right?
Right.
Those things try to play a part and try to convince you that you shouldn't have a thing or this thing is impossible. But
right.
If you learn to govern your thoughts and tell your emotions how to feel, and just tell them to settle down. You got this. How to feel, and just tell them to settle down. You got this. All is well, right? That's what you're talking to. You got to talk it down off the ledge, because fear isn't real.
Right.
It's just your body trying to anticipate a future event that it's never experienced, and it's not its job to try to anticipate that.
Right.
Its job is to be in the now, but it wants to either live in the future or in the past. And it's like, nope, cool out, chill out, all is well.
And then that little negative thought doesn't want to leave. Like, hey, you don't serve me anymore. You need to go. You don't serve me anymore. So bye. It's this thought that serves me now. I'm amazing. I always get what I want. Yeah, that's it. I'm amazing. I always get what I want. Yes, I always get what I want. I'm amazing. I always get what I want. Thank you. I'm amazing. I always get what I want. Dang stupidity. I am amazing and I always get what I want. However you want to say it. What works for you. So yeah. The same way if somebody's telling you something that you don't like, saying something about you that's not true, you say, that's not true. This is who I am. So step. And they kind of step off and leave you alone. Likewise, if the thought that you don't like doesn't want to leave, you say, hey, step. This is the new thought. This is the new woman or the new man. And eventually, the more you focus on that narrow pathway highway.
Yeah, I like that. The narrow pathway highway.
The narrow pathway highway. You might get off the wrong exit. That's okay. You get back on that neural pathway highway.
That part.
You know?
Like don't beat yourself up. Like if at first you don't succeed,
Do it
dust
again.
yourself off and try again.
Yep.
Dust yourself off and try again. Try
Yep.
again. Hey.
Yep, that's a song, right? Yeah, just do it again. You didn't mess anything up. Nothing's been messed up.
Oh, that's beautiful, Lenny. I'm glad to hear that. Yep. Because we don't I truly believe once we remove the judgment, and I'm not saying we don't judge, right? But it's about judging righteously. So the judgment comes from a pure place of love, acceptance, joy, and peace, not from the judgment of condemnation, which is guilt and shame and regret and remorse. We no longer judge our life from that aspect. We now judge our life from opportunity, from prosperity, from abundance in all things, from love and peace and joy, serenity, wisdom. That's now we judge from that aspect. That's the beauty of all of this. You know, that's the transformation of the mind. That's the metamorphosis you go through from a caterpillar to a beautiful butterfly,
Right.
or the ossification of the serpent, of the snake, who sheds his old skin, who dies but doesn't die, right? Shedding of that old mindset. Well, now you are a new mind, a new creature, a new creation. Now you see your worthiness. That you are always worthy because you always was, you always will be. That whatever you have been dreaming of, you are that. And it's just about acceptance of it.
Right.
And I know the world beats us down before we come into this, you know, and the thing is, it's the world we created, right? It's the construct we built up in our mind perspective. And then when you start this journey of remembering, of self-actualization, of self-actualization, and you come to the realization that everything that I was in search of, I found within me. And that's a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful within me. And that's a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful thing. And yes, sometimes we do slide back. Sometimes those old thoughts try to come up. It is all about confronting them. Just confront it. Talk to yourself like, why am I thinking this way? What do I have to believe to feel this way, to accept these things, and then decide to change them? Well, I no longer think that way anymore. That no longer resonates with me. We're going to decide to think this way. I am that I am. I am whatever I say I am. I get to be whoever I say I desire to be.
And lots of times those negative or the thoughts that do not agree with the new, they really don't come from you. Most of the time they come from somebody else. And so, you forgive yourself, you forgive them, and you say, this didn't come from me. This came from, from my mother. I forgive her, and I forgive me. But you know what? You tell the thought, you don't serve me anymore. You're God. And your thoughts and everything around you serves you. The 3D, everything serves you. And you take that sovereignty and you say, you don't serve me anymore. This is what serves me now. This is my servant. I always get what I want. I can have that. I deserve that. That's what serves me now. So you're dismissed. This is my new servant, And and sometimes, kings and queens got to get a little ghetto. I already told you, you don't serve me. What part of beat it do you not understand? Which is God. I say, God, that thought doesn't serve me anymore, right? Send it away. Thank you. Doesn't serve me anymore, right? Send it away. Thank you. And it'll disappear. It'll go away.
Yeah. Yep. Yep. And because
And
I realize, when I think about, here's the thing, we don't know what people do in their private time, right? We don't know. I mean, you could look at those who we deem successful. We
mm-hmm.
all know, I mean, you can say, oh, I use these different tools to get me to this place. I did, I saged, I used tarot cards, I used
Mm-hmm.
astrology, whatever.
I sacrificed the chicken.
The thing is though, when you look at very successful people, you understand, regardless of what tool they may have used on the outside, when it all comes down to it, it's your belief in the thing that
Right.
causes to manifest in your reality. So when you get through with all of the external things, when it comes down to it, it's your belief in those things is the reason why you think those things have any power. But they don't have any power in and of themselves, right? The power lies within you, and it has
Right.
always been within you. And yes, you can use those tools, make it fun. Don't become dependent upon them, though,
Yeah,
right?
exactly. Yep.
You want to use them private. Let everything have its place. Let everything have its place, right? I just know, like I use the scripture as my tool because I am the word, and
Mm-hmm.
for me, where forsaking all is leaving anything outside of self, giving no power to external sources, no power to external sources, to
Right.
any tools, and truly understanding the only tool you'll ever need is your own consciousness, your own awareness. Tool you'll ever need is your own consciousness, your own awareness, that love of self. And I know the world will tell you it's wrong for you to love yourself, which that part just never makes sense to me. I don't understand why loving yourself, I reconcile that in my mind, how loving yourself is supposed to be this horrible thing. I don't get that part. And I'm glad I don't, because it's quite interesting.
Yeah. Yeah. It's like you become your own best friend, and the same love you would give to a girlfriend, or somebody that's a friend of yours, and they're having a tough time, and they'll say something like, oh, that they're a loser, nobody like. Oh no, you're not a loser. Why would you think that? You're amazing. You're smart. Well, you got this. You know how to do it. You'll figure it out. You'll pep up another person. Just give that to you. If you're going through that, you kind of like, ah, man, it's just, no, wait a minute, Gigi, you got this. You're amazing. You've done this before. You're good at this. Come on, let's do this. This isn't you. You're upbeat. You know what I'm saying? You talk to yourself
Yeah, and you
the same way.
realize when you love you, it makes relationships so much more enjoyable.
Oh yeah.
Because now you're
Yep.
stepping into relationships with pure acceptance of self
Mm-hmm.
and others. Because when you can truly love yourself with all of quote unquote the flaws you may think you have, you'll be able to accept the flaws in others that you may see in them.
Right.
Because really you're only seeing in them what you see in you.
Right.
So when you see in yourself that I can love myself completely just as I am, then that makes it easier to just enjoy others' unique expression of themselves without questioning them or needing them to be different. And that really does come with the conversation with yourself. It really does come from a place of, man, I really wish the best for everyone. I really want them to succeed and find the joy and the love that I found within me. I really want that for them. And
Exactly.
that's what it comes down to. Because when you're operating from joy, from love, you want others to have that same experience.
Mm-hmm.
How do you not want to feel that peace, that bliss of loving yourself? And then you can laugh more, right? You laugh, you found reasons to laugh, you find
Yep.
experience, you find, you have this freedom, you feel this power, that's like no other, and you really don't fear death. Like when you truly love yourself and truly accept this thing we call life or reality, and you don't, and you can live your life as, like I was talking to my daughter, the my second oldest, and she's like, Mom, I'm just not afraid to die. I'm just like, I'm living my best life. And and whenever it's my time, but it's gonna be that I lived my life on my terms, that I lived without any, regrets or remorse. And I'm like, yes, that's how we're supposed to be.
That's how it's supposed to be.
How we're supposed to be, living without no limits, no regrets. No, I should have did this, or I wish I had done that, or you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, the woulda, coulda, shoulda. Yep.
Yeah. Yeah. You take the chains off. Man. Life just, man.
Yeah, there's a lot more beauty in life. Believe it or not, there's a lot of beauty.
It is. Like, this world is beautiful, and I know, you have those that want to contaminate it and want you to focus on the problems and the ills. And yes, you can allow yourself to be swallowed up in that mindset.
Mm-hmm.
You can definitely go that direction in that mindset.
Mm-hmm.
You can definitely go that direction. But I don't know how you being angry at the world is going to change anything.
Right.
You just got one more person to be angry. And when has that ever helped anything? It doesn't.
Like right now I'm hiking and I see these two beautiful little deer running around. There's a really cool full moon. There's a nice breeze, and I'm just, talking with my buds and enjoying the ambiance,
That's beautiful.
And like even when I go swimming, like when we go to the lake and I'll be in the water, I'll be under the water, above the water, whatever, and I'll just be saying, oh, I love this. Thank you so much. I love this lake. Or I'll be in the ocean in Connecticut, at Seaside Park in Bridgeport. I'll be saying like, oh, Seaside Park, I miss you so much. I love you. I just love it. Oh my God, this feels so good. And it's like you find joy. Even like a little butterfly. I see little butterflies fly by, and I'm like, oh, look at a pretty butterfly. Look how pretty the wings are. And sometimes like it'll land on me, and I'll be like, oh, hello, little butterfly. How's it going? I'll talk to it. And I'll be hiking with my husband. He's like, did you just talk to a butterfly? I'm like, yeah, said hi. You see how pretty it might have been a rocker butterfly. Just like the cool little like rock and roll wings they had on. It was pretty cool, the colors and everything. And he's like, okay, we're talking to butterflies. All right. But, I mean, if it brings joy, you can make yourself happy just by focusing on things that make you happy. Whether if it's the trees, whether if it's ice cream, or favorite Starbucks coffee, or favorite movie, or how the sun rises or how the sun sets, what have you. I mean, and you focus on that, and it's like all the cares just kind of just disappears. It puts you in a joyous feeling, in a joyous state, like they call it.
Yeah. And that's the beauty. Like, that's why I love these type of conversations. Yes, we can get into the conversations about how religion, traumatized a bunch of us, right? And how it, the different ways in which, you have to break down those walls of limitation and doubt and fear. But when you can come into these type of conversations where you're just appreciating life, because that's really what it's about, to increase in value, to add value to. And so what are you going to choose to add value to? And so what are you going to choose this day? What thought are you going to serve? I set before you good and evil, life and death. Choose life, speak joy, speak peace. Life, speak joy, speak peace, speak possibility, speak flow, speak opportunity, speak prosperity. Be the light, right? As Aaron has in the chat, be the light.
Right.
Be the bright morning star. Be the reason why you enter a room that light just feels it. Like, oh my goodness, I was troubled, I was worried, I was in, and I could talk to you, and you just uplifted me, you inspired me, you gave me that, now I believe in myself. And it really isn't that they did it for you. They were just reflecting what was already within you.
Right.
Your world is always reflecting what's already there. No one is putting anything into someone. No one else is, doing anything for another. We're just reflecting one another. That's all. We're all connected in this circle of life. It is one big circle. We're all connected. We're all playing our part. We're all part of this one song, right? Your universe, your verse. What verse?
You verse. Mm-hmm.
Your verse. What tones? What tones are you allowing to come? Are they discordant tunes, or are they on one accord? Right?
Yep. What verses? What verses are you choosing? And Dr. Joseph Murphy said it best in his book. Focus on life, focus on joy, focus on prosperity, abundance, love, peace, good health. That's where the neural pathway highway should be,
Yeah.
And, when you're thinking about your desires, whatever they may be, put yourself in having that, because it already belongs to you. And another part of the universe, the 5D or 10D, whatever they call it now, you're already that person, So just put yourself there.
All of these dimensions, right?
I
don't know.
Put yourself there.
But
Yeah, I don't know. And personally, I know I always say to God, I don't want your job. I don't care. I ain't getting that deep. How about I just give me what you gave me, which I'll use my imagination. I'll just put myself there, by talking about it. Like, I was talking about that crazy pirate ride at the carnival. I mean, if I sit and think about it, I can feel how my body felt when I was on that ride, and the fun I was having. I can see it, like, going back and forth, and you kind of made like that little noise, like that little creaking noise, kind of when it went higher, and we go back. And my mother would be like, "Oh my God, that thing's gonna break off." And she went on that ride. I'm like, "Mom, it's not gonna break off."
Aaron said you bring your guitar this weekend.
No, I'm not bringing my guitar, because we're gonna go down to see Alan's family down there, and then I'm coming down to Chi-Town to see you guys. But I mean, if they have any kind of live music thing going on, I'm not shy. I'll be like, "Hey, can I get up there and play?" Because I do it all the time. I'm like, "Hey, can I jam with you?" "Sure, come on."
Cool. That's amazing. Well, I enjoyed this conversation tonight.
Likewise.
This is amazing. Thank you guys for joining and sharing. Those, hopefully they got great inspiration in this chat to, focus on the life they want to experience, and give themselves permission to have it. Yes, very calm tonight. Very calm.
Yeah.
When you're talking about love, there's really not much to say.
What was that, Aaron? I missed it.
I said when you're talking about light and love, there's really not much to say.
Oh yes, definitely.
Simple. It's just the truth. It's it.
Yes. It was beautiful. It was beautiful. I truly enjoyed this discussion. Just like we said, just love on you, and everything else falls into place. It really begins with the love of self, and everything else just unfolds like a beautiful rose.
Mm-hmm.
This opens up. You come into full bloom, And yeah, sometimes there's some thorns on that road. Okay. You just what you pull out those pruning shears of revision, right? As my
Right.
grandmother would say.
It's like, just remember, it's at your service. You know, the 3D is not your enemy. The 3D serves you.
Oh, say that again.
Yep, the 3D serves you. It's not your enemy.
Yeah.
Your conscious mind serves you. It's not your enemy. The subconscious serves you. It's not your enemy.
Your
Nothing is
ego
your enemy.
serves you. It's not your enemy. Nothing is wrong with you.
Nothing is your enemy. It all serves you.
Nothing wrong with you. Love every bit of part.
All serves you.
Nothing wrong with you. Love every bit of part of you. Love everything about yourself. Even what you call trials and testing and tribulations and all of that. Those experiences were this point for you to remember who you are. And you to remember who you are. And just let it go. Be at peace with the past. That's the best thing you could do with the past, is to be at peace with it.
Be at peace with it.
That's it. That's the best thing you could do with your past. Be at peace with it. It's okay. You lived a life in ignorance, and now you live a life in knowing.
Right.
Yep. And once again, I appreciate you guys.
Appreciate you too. Can't wait to see you.
Aaron, yes, we're meeting in downtown Chicago on Saturday. So
You gotta text me, message me on TikTok exactly where. So because Chicago's big.
well, no, Navy Pier. No, we're gonna be in Navy Pier. So
Navy Pier?
Yeah, that's what we're meeting.
Okay.
Navy Pier.
But like at a specific
Navy Pier
spot
is a pier. So that's what you said the Ferris wheel, right?
Yeah.
Like we can meet by the Ferris wheel if you guys want to.
Oh, okay, perfect.
Yeah, but
Yeah, because that's like a nice landmark, so that'd be a lot easier to find.
Right, they
like
have
just
big
by the
boats.
Ferris wheel.
Yep, Ferris wheel. Yep, they have a swing. You can meet by the swing. They have the Children's Museum. I mean, they have a lot of eateries. They have it's indoor, outdoor. So you can be indoor at the pier, or you can be outdoor at the pier.
Oh, I can't wait to see it. It's gonna be fun.
A 4-block radius, maybe
Yeah.
longer. I forget how long it is, but yes, it's a beautiful. Yep,
Cool.
they have a fountain. Yep, so we can meet by the Ferris wheel. That's fine.
All right, my phone's getting ready to run out of juice, so I'm gonna get off. All right, my phone's getting ready to run out of juice, so I'm gonna get off.
You're welcome. You're welcome. Peace.
Peace. Bye.
Bye.